What a great day so far, eh? So what I wanted to ask you a question. How many of you are familiar with Ministry Grid? All right, so I'm about to show you a brand new Ministry Grid. We've been working on this for the last 2 years, where we actually decided to redesign Ministry Grid from the ground up. Last year, we had about 400,000 unique users using the platform for leadership development, volunteer training, implementing leadership pipeline. But we learned, if you've been on existing Ministry Grid, we learned that simplicity wins the day. And we wanted to redesign it so that you could actually build, assign, monitor, and take training with your thumbs. So we redesigned it for mobile use, and actually we polled and did a lot of research so that it would be, we wanted to create something that worked for a digital native, an 18-year-old and also an 85-year-old who just got their iPhone for the first time last year, because we have a wide range of ages in our churches. So what we actually did was we stripped away everything that needed to be stripped away, and we went with a checklist approach to training. Because everyone uses a checklist, right? Grocery store, to-do list, here and there. So what you guys can see on the screen here is a cell phone view of Ministry Grid. And I wanted to give you guys a full-length view of what this looks like. If we could pop it up on the screens here. This is actually the view that a user would get, that a volunteer leader would get, right? So let's say you have a brand new leader who is going to be leading a small group for you. Well, you could actually get them on Ministry Grid, and as you look, there's really not much I can click around on. When I log in, I really honestly see my tasks, my profile, and my history. And when I look here, it's like, hey, I'm a brand new small group leader, so this is what was assigned to me. I'll make this a little bit bigger. So the essentials of a healthy small group. Well, this is training that we brought Steve Gladen in to do with us, and I actually forgot to say we have a library of 700 courses, over 3,000 videos. In fact, we heard from Bob Russell, and Bob Russell has a few dozen courses that we've designed with him on pastoral and church leadership, on preaching, on deepening your prayer life, on how to do church transitions and leadership. So we have 3,000 videos, templates, discussion guides, quizzes. So what you see here, this is one of them that you could actually, it's pre-designed and that you can actually give to your small group leader, your brand new small group leader. So Steve Gladen, we have a training guide where the essentials of a healthy small group. This one has questions for you to wrestle through, and then you work through that, and then you can watch a video, a 10-minute video of essentials of a healthy small group that Steve is teaching on. Then you can actually download a spiritual health assessment and planner. Where can small group health happen? Do a worship video, and then at the end of it, there's actually a quiz at the end to test comprehension, right? So this is just an example of one of the ways that you can use it to train volunteers right there. Now, if I want to show you what you all would see if you're an administrator or a pastor wanting to train your team here, right? So if you look here, this is a desktop view, and I'll go back here and show you. Now, look at this here. You see there's nothing up there, right? It's really their task, their profile, and their history is all they can really see and what they're supposed to do. Now, keep your eye on the bar up there, and I'm now going to switch over to an administrator's view. And do you see the difference? We just took it away. If they don't need to build or invite or train or any of that, we just took those buttons away, because that's part of what makes an application intuitive, is just not having things to click on, right? Having less things to click on so people don't get lost. Now, if you're an administrator, take a look here. I can actually go in and see, hey, what has everyone done in the platform? What is the average score of the quizzes that people have done? And I can manage roles and do all that. But I actually wanted to show you this here. So I can search essentials of a healthy small group, right? The one that we had just done. And right here this is the task list, the course that I just showed you, but this is now in our search view. So what I can do as an administrator, I can actually personally add this to my task list. I mean, as a church leader, I can actually go in here and be like, hey, what is there on kids training, right? And I can go, hey, here's a training pathway for kids ministry volunteers. Hey, how do kids learn? Basic children's ministry policies and procedures, right? We talked about the training that Bob Russell did for us as well. I can go there. I mean, this is a great one here. I mean, this is not Bob Russell, but it's bomb threats. He did not do that training for us. I mean, we even have training on shooting. Unfortunately, we have training on how do you actually prepare your church for shootings. It happens, but we have training for that. But if you look here, Pastoral and Church Leadership by Bob Russell, right, and you look at, hey, these are the videos, the course, the training that we had developed in the platform. Right, so even a user, a leader, a volunteer can look here, but take a look at this, right? You see their only button there is add to my tasks. They can add it to themselves. If you're an administrator, take a look at this. I can actually assign it to other people. So I want to assign this to all my kids leaders. I want to assign this to all my leaders as small group leaders or everyone who is in this specific group. And get this is actually what geeks me out the most. There's a button here that you can customize. So 700 courses, 3,000 videos, templates, training guides, discussion guides. I mean, this is not like, we're not trying to digitize development or digitize discipleship. We believe development needs to be high tech, but also high touch, which is why we have discussion guides and coaching. Actually, if you look up here, you can actually take coaching notes on the volunteers that you lead. Wouldn't you want to know as a pastor all the times that your coaches met with your leaders or met with your group? You could actually take notes and take a look at that. But this is one of my favorite things here. Okay, so here's a course that we designed with Steve Gladen, and this is one of the best ways that churches have used Ministry Grid. I can actually customize it, and the essentials of a healthy small group for my community church, right? Whatever, insert the name of your church. I hit customize, I renamed it, it's now my task list. You see that? It's copied. And these are all the items. So like, hey, actually, I don't really like Steve talking about that. I'm going to delete it. I don't really want the health assessment planner. This small group, where it can happen, I want to move that down there, save that. And this is what we actually recommend, hit video, and you can actually either film with a camera, or if I'm on mobile, right here, if I'm on mobile and I hit create, and if I hit select file on my phone, it'll actually pull up a menu that says, do you want to take a video right now? And I can actually take a video, and this is what we recommend. If this is small group training, you can actually have your small group pastor, or your discipleship pastor, or even the senior pastor take a video of themselves even on their phone. It doesn't, the type of cameras that are on our phone now are pretty impressive. And it doesn't seem overproduced, if that makes sense. It seems personal. So I would even recommend do that, click take a video, say, hey, welcome to small group leadership training at our church. This is going to be a great training where Steve Gladen, who he's an expert in small group ministry, is going to teach you, but we believe in this. This is going to help you, and we're going to actually coach you after you're done. 30 seconds, done, upload. Literally within 30 seconds, it'll be uploaded if it's that short of a video, probably 15 seconds, and you hit save. And you know what happens? It adds it right there. When you're done, you can say, hey, actually, brand new small group leader, you can actually click upload and say, you know what, I want you to upload your background check. Right? So upload your resume, or upload your, fill in the blank, so that when the individual gets it and they're on their task list here, right, we go back to the individual, the volunteer, and they see this, it'll actually say upload. So they click it, and then they just upload their background check, or they upload their resume, they upload their sermon, or whatever you would want to train them on. Now that's a quick overview of Ministry Grid, and in all of your bags, you actually have a card right here. Now, as you're kind of looking at the card, if you want to pull out that bag, what I want to actually share with you is on Ministry Grid, with the courses that we have, I mean, you can train your brand new volunteers. So let's say a brand new kids leader. You can say, and we talk about this in our coaching, the idea of flipping the classroom. And if you haven't ever heard of the concept flipping the classroom, just look it up on YouTube. I do like a 10-minute talk about how do you actually flip the classroom for new leaders. How do you actually flip the classroom for orientation training, for ongoing training. But it's a massive game-changing idea where the training is done at home. It's high tech. But when you get together, because we're not saying kill your meetings, but we all know when we have a meeting, a new leaders meeting, or an ongoing training meeting. I mean, when's the last time 100% of your leaders came out? Right? They never come out. They never all come out. So with Ministry Grid, they all get the training that you want them to get. And when they come, you then flip it where what you're doing at the training is more processing, praying, discussing, case studies, working through. And what ironically what ends up happening is when you flip it, more people want to be at the in-person training because it's a lot more engaging than listening to a talking head. Right? So new leaders orientation, equipping existing volunteers. Hey, short-term missions. I mean, we got Dr. David Sills to do like 50 hours of content for us on how do you train your short-term missions team. How if you're wanting to go into missions, what does that all look like? All of that, and even you can equip yourself with a preaching course, change management. How do you do vision and strategy? So all that is there, and because you're here at Pipeline, and you guys saw it up on the screen there, you can actually go to app.ministrygrid.com, hit redeem a membership code, and I'll show you right here. You can go to app.ministrygrid.com, hit redeem a membership code, enter NDCR, XJCP, hit redeem. Just register right there. If you already have a Lifeway account, if you're already a Ministry Grid subscriber or member, just log in with your existing Ministry Grid credentials, but just register. And the moment you hit sign up, you'll be directly in. No other screens. It's super fast, super simple. We've basically cut away all the strings that have made it complicated. All right? Sound good? So you can do that. And in fact, when you redeem the code, this year's digital access pass will actually come up as well. And if you want all the talks from our conference today, you can purchase it on Ministry Grid. And if you do it during the conference, you'll actually get all of our audio files from last year's conference as well. All right, and that's all you gotta do is go to app.ministrygrid.com and fill that out. All right, so let's watch this video and then we'll break for dinner.